presents NXT Vengeance Day.
All right, North Carolina.
I know this is to promote Vengeance Day, but does it seem a little off that Charlotte Flair is promoting other wrestlers with praise instead of being, well, Charlotte Flair?
For the first time since we took over Portland.
The days of NXT TakeOver. Still hanging on to hope that we can get that name back for future pay-per-views. But also, no, you're incorrect, Vic, and the show just started. You mean, for the first time since NXT had their Stand and Deliver event at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, NXT is hosting pay-per-views inside arenas outside the WWE Performance Center. Sounds cooler to mention Portland from 3 years ago, but that's still factually incorrect. But even so, I will still remove a sin because it was so cool to see NXT host pay-per-views in arenas again, something I hope they continue full-time. Seeing this creative stage setup makes me wonder why the main roster won't follow suit. I mean, you don't have to go wild with the design, but anything outside what we see for Raw and SmackDown on a weekly basis would be an improvement. I'd remove a sin, but I'm still disappointed in the main roster. And then Wes Lee accidentally leaped too far and wiped out in the crowd, taking the ringside fans with him. Dominic Dijak, that's the one. Anyway, Dijak must be in some league with Karrion Kross to take over NXT while the latter is away, and just with this one match, he's shockingly doing a lot more than Karrion currently is. What's up with Dijak here? Did he briefly turn into a video game character whose player is moving the analog stick left and right so many times?
Just give up.
Dijak is actually dumb enough to believe Wes Lee is going to willingly comply with his order to give up. Obviously, no one cares what's trending, but this is sadly false, because I looked through Twitter when I saw this and Vengeance Day was nowhere near the #1 trend worldwide. Dijak actually fell for that. Wes Lee clearly said that he would not give up the first 2 times, and when he chose to lay down the 3rd time, it was completely obvious that he was setting up Dijak. I guess Dijak isn't the brightest of individuals here.
He's going, but right now he's making a mistake.
Oh, buddy!
That was a good move right there. Almost wiped out the referee too. Gave me a good feeling about the rest of the night.
Feels that Wes Lee's title reign is criminal.
That's racist.
Down there trying to...
If I were Dijak, I wouldn't be getting too frustrated from not winning off a simple suplex because underestimating your opponent is always the biggest mistake in wrestling. What I did admire about this match is Dijak did a good job with his cooperation when Wes Lee performed these high-strength maneuvers. That's always important in wrestling. Meanwhile, on this far side of the arena...
Oh my God!
Holy freaking shit! I've seen spinning heel kicks, but to see a perfectly executed spinning big boot just might be enough to knock someone the fuck out. That was awesome. This match is awesome. Dijak tries to lift up Wes Lee and has given him a wedgie as a result. Probably retribution for Wes not laying down earlier. Humiliation goals, I guess.
Oh my... Oh!
I think Dijak flew forward a little too early because he almost broke his freaking neck from Wes Lee's Hurricane Rana counter. That freaked me out for a moment, not gonna lie. That extremely close 2 count and the crowd's reception tells the whole story. NXT should have definitely went back to arenas right after Stand and Deliver last year. This is what their shows have been missing out on the most. Dijak has been looking to get that NXT North American Championship for a long time since losing to Keith Lee 3 years ago. And just when he has the chance to seize it, we're gonna play with chairs instead. The cameras focus mostly on Tony D'Angelo and Staggs saving Wes Lee and missed Dijak's massive moonsault aside from the landing. And when you got someone who's 6'7" about to do a moonsault from the top rope to the outside of the ring, fucking film that shit!
Dijak! Oh!
I don't know what I'm more impressed with. Wes Lee having perfect timing on the super kick when Dijak went sailing in the air, or the 6'7" Dijak doing a cruiserweight style springboard to the top rope for someone his size. How about both? Guarantee the majority of the wrestlers over there at the NXT watch party are disappointed and jealous that they're not part of the actual show. I wouldn't host these if I were running NXT. Kinda feels like a look where you're not at moment.
Longest reigning women's tag team champions in WWE history.
Perhaps in the present day. But if we're talking WWE history, don't forget that there used to be a women's tag team championship from the 1980s, and the longest reign was over 900 days. So I wouldn't say in WWE history because that's part of WWE history. Discount the Shield. The ring announcer forgot to introduce Katana Chance and Kaden Carter until they were already in the ring, like an "oh shit, I forgot to introduce them" moment. The referees, I don't get paid enough to do this shit face. Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen must have read the spoiler results since they started yelling the outcome of this match to everyone who could hear them.
Carter really have overcome a lot.
Kaden Carter wasting time, well, doing that instead of taking advantage of the fallen Kiana James. We're only 15 seconds into the match, bad time to start taunting.
Let's not forget about the past.
Kiana James is pissed off at Brooks Jensen for getting spanked by Kaden Carter when he didn't even see her prepared to do that in the first place. Now if he did and just wanted to be a creepy bastard, then there's something to be mad about.
#1 trend around the world.
Nope, sorry NXT. Checked again, still not the #1 trend worldwide. Gonna have to do better than that.
Quickly, or maybe not, perhaps.
Nice move by Kiana James, though I don't see how backflipping was gonna make going forward any more effective.
Peanut butter and jelly.
What in the fuck is going on with Booker T? He mentions peanut butter and jelly as if he's being strangled to death.
I don't know what you're talking about, Book. What are you talking about?
Vic Joseph would be great at Cinema Sins 2 expansion. Booker T continues to go way off topic here.
And there comes Chance.
Katana Chance and Kaden Carter have quite the double team presence in this match, though Fallon and Kiana had to quickly get back to their feet because they unfortunately mistimed when Katana would be launched into them.
But right now, these two ladies are doing something.
Alright, that was amazing. I'll even give it a double center mover. Kiana James may have been standing around, but I personally believe she was shocked at what she was seeing, and that was enough for the women's tag team champions to take advantage of. Nice job.
And one step ahead this whole match.
Well, that didn't work out. Kiana James got punched as softly as possible, then slowly fell back when Kaden Carter supposedly tripped her. Well, I'm putting those two removed sins back on the counter. Sorry, guys.
Because
Wow, what a neck breaker.
That was actually a blockbuster, Vic. You were close enough, but it was still the wrong name of the move.
who wants it the most? Who wants it?
Judging by that shoulder block that missed Fallon Henley completely, I'd say the tag team champions want this the most, since they're resorting to magic sorcery to retain their titles.
One more time. Women.
Whoa, you gotta be.
Great to see new women's tag team champions, however I gotta place a sin because victory by means of using leverage from outside is always a sin. I know the commercials in between segments and matches are a thing because of the Peacock deal, but this literally goes on for over 6 damn minutes. Why couldn't it be shortened to 2 minutes or something? Is that somehow not enough for the cock? I gotta take off 5 sins for the amazing entrance of Carmelo Hayes, really showcasing that he's the real deal of NXT and potentially NXT champion very soon. Don't screw this up, WWE. Carmelo Hayes is truly him. Apollo Crews noticed Carmelo Hayes' entrance and tried to replicate it. He deserves props for being a former United States and Intercontinental Champion on the main roster, but the problem is he hasn't exactly had a memorable run, even in NXT, compared to the success of Carmelo Hayes. Demonize Apollo.
Talk about that main event match. Oh, Apollo, this is
What I like about these type of matches is when the wrestlers go for many wrestling holds and takedowns in an attempt to gain the early advantage. When it's 2 out of 3 falls, the pressure of wanting to take an early lead shines bright. I love it.
But what was your question again? I'm sorry.
Well, you answered it.
Booker T tells Vic Joseph to repeat the question Vic asked despite the fact that Booker already answered it. I'm starting to think Booker never truly pays attention to anything on commentary here, and I'm still trying to figure out his random hatred for the New Day.
Some of that power of Cruz.
Like that jacket, Trick Williams.
That was a little weird. Apollo Crews tries to escape Carmelo Hayes, realizes he's not actually caught in the submission, and goes straight into a headlock. Like an, oh shit, I was free the whole time moment.
Lands on his feet. Oh.
Apollo Crews smiles after Carmelo Hayes attempted to slap him because that was a missed me haha moment.
That's all that is, Vic.
Well, that's what you get for slapping Apollo a second time and then turning your back on him. Rookie mistake.
Match.
These two. No!
I really wish the camera stayed in the previous angle when Apollo Crews countered Carmelo Hayes with that awesome dropkick. You had one job, technicians.
The second fall, the third fall. Oh!
I just cannot ignore the way Apollo Crews successfully grabbed Carmelo Hayes and connected that German suplex. Great timing, and we're still at 0 falls each. I just got a great feeling about this match.
What did you say?
If I were Apollo, I would instantly strike Trick Williams instead of waste my time yelling at him. What's yelling gonna do except allow Carmelo to take advantage of your distraction?
Close scouted that one right there.
Yikes, that was brutal. This match is not even 10 minutes old and I wanted to go on for another 30. That's just how damn good these wrestlers are. Here are 2 sins taken off. Yeah, I know, Trick Williams hasn't done anything with that chair just yet, but the fact that he waited until now to pull out a chair is more than enough to tip off the referee that he has intentions of interfering in this match. Eject him while you have the chance.
That delayed standing.
The referee continues to count Carmelo's shoulders despite the fact that you can clearly see his left shoulder off the canvas entirely. What an idiot.
Put you right in line there.
Wow, that was very innovative on the part of Carmelo Hayes. Usually we just see someone get tossed over the top rope to the apron, but that cutter was a great addition. Didn't see that coming at all.
Get your ass up.
How about instead of taunting Apollo Crews and telling him to get his ass up, you, I don't know, get his ass up yourself so you can hit your next move? You're literally hanging onto his hand, so just do it already. Steel chair praying. Is that the reason why Trick Williams brought out the chair? Needed something to pray on? Ring apron wasn't enough?
Yeah, we see.
A superplex where the opponent starts on the apron requires a lot of strength even if you're bigger than your opponent. Apollo did a great job showcasing his strength here.
Gets caught with a pumpkin. Goes up, goes down.
The fact that Carmelo Hayes had enough speed to do that after moving so slow is just mind-blowing. This match is freaking awesome and once again, nobody has scored a fall yet. What do you bet WWE realized that Vengeance Day actually wasn't trending #1 worldwide and switched it to the United States only?
Found that first.
I know that was awesome, but I'm stuck wondering how Apollo Crews didn't suffer the most damage here considering the entire body weight of Carmelo Hayes landed on him.
Whoa, what the hell? What the?
Trick Williams pulls off the padding of the turnbuckle, then proceeds to tell Carmelo Hayes right in front of the referee, who's got all his attention on Trick. Yet somehow the referee doesn't take note of the exposed turnbuckle.
Attention here, Vic.
Yeah.
Dabba-Kato!
Considering the last time we saw this guy was when he was known as Commander Aziz, how did Vic Joseph know that he switched his name back to Dabba-Kato? Boy, that has got to be embarrassing for Dabba-Kato. Sure, he ends up attacking Apollo Crews after this, but he made his grand return to NXT under his former name just to fail in helping an old friend win the match. Perhaps that's what caused Dabba to attack Apollo afterwards. And a post-match assault we all saw coming simply because the music stopped when Dabba-Kato picked up Apollo Crews.
Homecoming for...
Not gonna lie, the graphics for Chase University is really cute, and the music fits them perfectly. If you pay attention to the script right here, it says that Chase University is fucked out of winning the NXT Tag Team Championship tonight. So much for standing out in the cold earlier. So, what exactly was the point of the New Day winning the NXT Tag Team Championship 2 months ago? Didn't exactly generate a lot of interest to the NXT product in case that was the hope from them being champions. WWE and their pointless charade of having 2 entire teams stand on the outside during fatal 4-way matches instead of the logical decision of having 1 member of each team out there. We already know they're gonna go back and forth about that.
Wait a minute, well...
We interrupt NXT Vengeance Day 2023 to bring you Royal Rumble 2016 when Big E saved Kofi Kingston from elimination with that very same move. Pretty Deadly actually believed that they were safe from harm just because one was on the shoulders of the other. The fuck?
Mark Coffey, imagine this.
Kit Wilson is hysterical indeed, though I don't think asking Mark Coffey to stop chopping your chest is gonna make him stop chopping your chest.
Control for Pretty Deadly, who won 2-1.
If I were Pretty Deadly, I wouldn't take the New Day lightly after they won the NXT Tag Team titles from them at the Deadline pay-per-view.
The greatest tag team runs of this business.
And here I thought Corey Graves or Michael Cole being heel ass kissers were annoying. Booker T might have just topped them both.
Lost a match. They lost that match to the New...
Skip!
Everything, he got it all.
Booker T can't seem to make up his mind on where he stands with the New Day. He literally went from wishing Biggie never recovers from his life-threatening neck injury to praising Kofi Kingston for his accomplishments. Like, pick a side and stick with it. Or just call the action like a neutral commentator and stop this hate shit! Sorry, I kinda got carried away there.
Everybody.
Kofi Kingston's triple boom drop would have looked cool had it not been for Mark Coffey having to roll into position.
He's not gonna... No!
Andre Chase with an awesome superplex as he and Kit Wilson go sailing into the crowd of wrestlers. That's always fun to watch. Pretty Deadly probably didn't want to destroy this announce table because neither Vic Joseph nor Booker T were Spanish.
Oh, no!
Duke Hudson was already jumping in the air before Gallus had the chance to lift him up and put him through the announce table. Pretty Deadly is not gonna like this. Who gives a shit about what they want anyway. Chase University is very over with the crowd to be able to get a cheerleading chant like that. Definitely a team to look out for.
Double up!
Whatever Mark Coffey was hoping to do, he missed Xavier Woods completely. It was still good enough to give them the tag team titles, but it's a shame that the finish was slightly missed. NXT presents Murder Mystery. So Toxic Attraction's big plan was to become co-women's champions, pulling a late cool after Mandy Rose went out the door. Even before the pay-per-view went on the air, I immediately figured this was not going to end well for what's left of the team. The blurry entrance of Toxic Attraction just doesn't feel the same without Mandy Rose. I miss her.
I just had to, think about...
Roxanne Perez's music has hit and the graphics went from showing the large Toxic Attraction logo to showing the small version.
Look, this is a glorified handicap match.
If you somehow did not think that a triple threat match conveniently involving teammates would become a handicap match, I don't know what to tell you, Vic.
Again, it's 2-on-1.
What in the hell is going on here? Both Gigi and JC catch Roxanne in their arms, then JC backs off while they try to figure out what to do next. They really didn't strategize for this, did they?
It's not really one-on-one.
Roxanne Perez managed to catch herself before her face could ever hit the middle rope, yet somehow her jaw is affected by the rope that never touched her.
She's got to overcome 2 other...
Gigi Dolan lands in a completely different direction from where Roxanne Perez positioned her dropkick.
Iron Woman champion. How many can say that, Vic?
Only she can.
Throughout the entire time, Roxanne was trying to balance herself on the ropes before flipping. Either or both members of Toxic Attraction could have easily pushed her out of the ring or slammed her back on the mat with their free arms.
Right back in. Oh, wow. You're hearing about... Uh-oh.
Even though it's every woman for herself, how did Gigi Dolan not figure that JC Jane accidentally launched herself into her moments ago while aiming for Roxanne Perez? I get we want to break up Toxic Attraction here, but these moments are making it feel forced.
Champion into the... saying
JC Jane broke up Gigi Dolan's pinfall seconds ago, tells Gigi to stay where she is so that JC can try and win the NXT Women's Championship, and actually expects Gigi to say understandable have a nice day as a result. What in the hell is going on here? One entire minute of yelling, arguing, and no fighting. Like we already know y'all are no longer on the same page, so just fight already.
to her own drum.
Alright, that was impressive. Was a little worried that I wouldn't be removing any sins during this NXT Women's Championship match, but JC Jane is innovative when she's not being dumb about trying to break up her team.
Sorry, suplex, bridge, and oh!
By the time JC Jane connected her senton to break up the pinfall, the referee would have already completed his 3 count, so Gigi Dolan logically should have won right there.
Oh!
I won't lie, that was a cool moment where it seemed like both members of Toxic Attraction were about to win the NXT Women's Championship simultaneously, even by accident. Good job at making me believe for a second.
Some pop rocks!
That was a cool moment, but I just can't take that move seriously when it's got a really shitty pun name like Pop Rocks. Sorely tempted to go buy some now.
Perez trying her best. Oh!
Gigi Dolan was already starting to fall back before Roxanne Perez could kick her through the table. They couldn't even do a table spot correctly. Shawn Michaels wants a decisive winner for the steel cage match, so he removes the escape rule to prevent a draw. Sure, let's just pretend that's the only way this match could possibly end in a draw. Grayson Waller with a Scott Steiner look as a way of getting into the head of Braun Breaker was an awesome heel move. I'll give him that one. And then Grayson suddenly loses his balance, slips on the top rope, and lands right on his Wallers.
Go in there and destroy.
I'm starting to think the outside referee is on Grayson Waller's payroll because he closed the door to the cage as Braun Breaker was making his way up the stairs, which allowed Grayson to smack the door right into Braun in the pre-match assault. I couldn't have been the only one who noticed that, right?
Like for this. Ooh.
Braun Breaker has previously been thrown into the barricade while trying to spear Grayson Waller. Due to the lack of crashing noises, how did Grayson not realize that Braun stopped that from happening again?
Right now, let's do it.
Surprised the referee didn't try and shut the cage door on Braun Breaker again like he did before. Discount the Undertaker.
Interrogation mode.
Uh-oh, look at this. Whoa!
That is actually scary to see Braun Breaker run the ropes faster than a wrestler normally would. This honestly looked like the footage was sped up and I had to check to make sure it wasn't. Holy crap.
Here, Braun Breaker is on.
Braun Breaker is addicted to Grayson's Wallers. That counts because the only part of his body that connected with that standing moonsault was his head, and guess where his head conveniently landed in that exchange?
Dolph Ziggler, guy that wanted to steal the show.
How the hell did Dolph Ziggler become a topic of discussion during this unrelated steel cage match?
Steel cage rips through's egos.
Grayson Waller is a very good heel, I'll give him that. Even after losing this match, he's still someone to keep a close watch on in the future.
On the back. Boom!
Oh my, kill switch! That was actually an effective innovation of Christian's move. Don't see a lot of that these days.
Wait a minute, Breaker. Charging in. A little Franken.
Braun Breaker is so fucking amazing in the ring. I can see why he's been NXT champion for as long as he has. Just when you think you've seen it all, he continues to prove us wrong.
Good days, the
Break.
Braun Breaker says, I'm playing around, I'm gonna finish. What?
You already threw Grayson into that side of the cage, Braun. You forgot the side facing the entrance. Let's fucking go!